This is my train. First I'm going to Wageningen and from there I'm gonna take another train. This week I'm attending 2 conferences, and this is the first time that I'm attending a conference, an actual conference. First time during my PhD, and I started my PhD in 2020 September, so it's almost 2 years. I'm almost halfway through my PhD and I've never been to an actual conference till today. So I have 2 conferences this week. The first one is BioSB, Dutch conference in bioinformatics and systems biology, and then on Wednesday I'm taking a train to Berlin to attend the CSF Society meeting, which is a conference in neuroscience. 2 really different types of conferences, and I'm so excited. Today is just a PhD retreat, so it's just different sessions about PhD life and discussions about our research, but not really like a scientific research, but more like all the issues that the PhD students might have. So I'm quite interested. I attended this conference twice already, both online, and it wasn't fun. Online conferences are evil. All the hard work, you don't have all the good parts. So you don't have networking, it doesn't happen, you don't meet people, you don't have fun. Basically, you just listen to other talks. Because of this, I was so frustrated last year that I told myself I didn't want to do any online conferences anymore. So this winter, I still wasn't sure how COVID would turn out, and I was not optimistic. I wasn't really sure that these conferences would happen, so I didn't register. Then when I waited, actually the good conferences I didn't manage to register for, because I still have 2 years of my PhD and there's plenty of time and plenty of work to present. Tomorrow I'm chairing one session about brain and AI. The day after tomorrow, then I'm going home, pick up my stuff and my suitcase, and then going to Berlin. I've never chaired a conference session before, but I was asked by my supervisor several days ago, and I thought it would be fun. And I have no idea where the hotel is or the venue, so I just trust Google Maps right now. The panel sessions are over. They were really interesting. One of them was about general, what are the qualities of a good scientist. The second one was more focused on gender imbalance and discrimination that is happening in academia and in science in general. If we want to go to industry, and if so, why? And if we like to work in academia, and what are the drawbacks and what are the advantages and disadvantages. So it was quite interesting to listen to everyone, how they experience their research. I have a talk soon in 2 weeks about STEM and women in STEM, and what are the challenges that women face in science, and especially in choosing the career. So I think I've heard some really interesting stories to go back to during my talk, and maybe give more examples to others. Now I'm gonna go down, meet my friends, and then we're gonna walk together to the city. It's raining, so we're gonna walk in the rain in the woods for 20 minutes to go to the pizza place. There were so many pizza options that in the end I just ordered a salad. I'm gonna get a cup of tea before we walk, because it's gonna be wet and cold. It's around 7:30 now. I woke up around half an hour ago and I'm really tired because last night when we came home after dinner, I just sat home and I had to send some emails and do some work stuff. I also tried to get ready for the session today. So today there are different panels happening at the same time. And the first session that I chose is sequence to structure. And the second panel, there are 3 different rooms and one of them is brain health, the one that I'm chairing. So yesterday I just sat home reading a bit about the presenters and what they are working on, and especially there's one presenter whose work I'm not familiar with, so I downloaded his paper to check it out today once I have some free time. So whenever you're chairing, you are keeping the track of time, you are announcing the presenters, but you also have to have all the questions ready to avoid awkward silences. Yeah, but there are lots of other talks that I find interesting, so I just might pop to another session, especially in the first round when I can go whenever I want. Obviously, I cannot leave my own session in the late afternoon. And then we have a dinner planned here, and then I'm gonna go back to Amsterdam probably late after dinner and get ready for tomorrow because my train leaves at 6:30 or so from the central station of Amsterdam, so I will have to wake up around 5. So I will be dead tomorrow. I'm gonna go and have some breakfast now, pack and check out because the checkout is at 9:30 and when the conference starts I won't be able to do this. My eyes are really swollen, so I will probably put some makeup and then just leave this room and put my backpack somewhere in the luggage storage here. I don't know, they will have something when they make people check out at 9:30. I love this place, it's beautiful, but the check-in and check-out times are crazy. I found it fascinating. It was an amazing talk about game theory and cancer treatment. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. I think it was really revolutionary. Which session are you attending now?
I might switch, but I think I will go to the oncology session.
And I'm chairing the brain health session. I'm ready as a chair and I'm also quite excited to listen to all the talks. So now we have around 10 minutes. I'm having a coffee break right now. There will be lunch served and then after that there will be some poster presentations. I'm gonna check that out and then my session starts. After that I think it's again the poster session and then there's a dinner and then I'm running home. Like I literally need to run home so that I have enough time to unpack and repack, even though I packed my suitcase already, but still.
So great.
No, two more.
You need to shout when you ask a question.
They could understand me.
Yeah, but your sharing was pretty good.
What about the rest of the conference?
At first I felt very tired because I had to get up very early. And then I got super hyper because I got super over-caffeinated. And now I'm basically trying to undo that.
Which talk was your favorite?
The one we saw just now.
What about the keynote speaker in the morning?
Yes, yeah, it was super cool actually. Very novel. I wanted to ask a question, but I'm
Getting up and going to the microphone and asking.
Right.
Like extra barrier.
Maybe you'll go to that lady.
Are you staying tomorrow as well? Or
No.
just today?
No, just today.
Yeah. Thanks for your reflection. By the way, one thing is that chairing a session is more stressful than making a presentation. That's just dropping it here. Because you cannot zoom out.
Right.
you're not allowed to zoom out. Because if you don't have a question, then it's gonna be awkward. And that's like your fault as a chair.
Ten.
It doesn't really make sense to dictate to other people.
I found it really funny. Today starts the second part of the journey, and my train to Berlin departs at 6:38 or something. There are two options. Either I can go to the central station by metro, which takes around 20 minutes, a bit more, or I can go to the Sloterdijk station again and then take a train to the central station, which is a bit faster. I was hoping that at least I could sleep till 5 hours, but no, because there was a mosquito, so it bit me, and it's still so itchy, and I need to work in the train because there's something that I have to prepare that I just found out, so I won't be able to sleep. I will tell you more about what happened yesterday because I couldn't record it, so let me first find a train and then I will tell you everything. My train is not going to, I think I was going to Duisburg in Germany. It's not going there. Instead of Frankfurt, it's going to Cologne, which means that I won't catch my train to Berlin. And I have no idea where to transfer. And probably this is the last time I'm traveling with a train internationally. There are no plugs to charge your devices either.
Nach hinten zu gehen und dort mit den 10 bis 15 Minuten.
Got into the train that goes directly to Berlin, but it's again delayed for 1 more hour. So initially I was supposed to be in Berlin around 1. Actually, I was supposed to be in my hotel at 1, and now I'm gonna be there at 3:30 or 4. Then I have a meeting, and then I have another meeting.
Wir sind der ICE 847
I don't
an uns
know if you're
angekuppelt.
familiar with the German train system, but here
Geplant
the
ist, dass wir
train
gegen
is split.
11:45 Uhr dann unsere Fahrt
I
gemeinsam
found
im
out
Weitenzugteilen fortsetzen
Once
Richtung Berlin.
when I was sitting in the wrong part
Über ihre
and I
weiteren
almost
Anschlusszüge auf
had
den
to stay the
Unterwegszeiten
night
werde
in
ich noch
Germany.
rechtzeitig.
So I finally made it. It took me way longer than I thought at every stage. Even though I have a headache and I'm extremely tired and I have a feeling that I can just fall asleep right now. I think everything worked out perfectly because I managed to get to the hotel safely. Also, I managed to work a bit. Everyone who is traveling from Amsterdam is delayed because of the train disaster that's going on between Netherlands and Germany. I have exactly 1.5 hours to meet my friend, and we're just gonna hang out, and I really desperately need some coffee. We have a restaurant booked for our consortium, so I'm finally gonna meet my fellow PhD students for the first time in 2 years. Extremely excited. Once I meet my friend, then I will also feel better, because I will forget about this disaster journey that I had. Door to door, it took me almost 11 hours. So the place where I asked her to meet me, apparently it's way, way far away than I thought. Okay, I need to figure out which way to go now. میده پیتزا شما میده Today is the first day of the CSF Society meeting. I haven't really recorded anything yesterday and today in the morning because yesterday when I went to bed, I woke up in the same position as I fell asleep in. I was exhausted and I woke up quite rested. So I'm now ready for a full 2 days of conferences and lots of talks. There are basically no breaks today. There were 2 keynotes in the morning and then there are different panels after that. Now it's a panel of autoimmune disorders and I just ran away from the last talk because there was no break and I really needed to get out and drink some water because in Germany there's no air conditioning in such old buildings, so there's no airflow and yeah, it's a bit suffocating, especially when you're listening to so many talks without a break. There's a panel of neurodegeneration and neuroinflammation, and then there's a lunch break, and then there are poster presentations where I'm also presenting, and there is amyloid beta panel, and then how to accelerate biomarker development, and then there's an evening program. Lots of really interesting talks, and it ends around 3 tomorrow, so it won't be as tough as today, but it's really interesting and it's nice to meet all the people. Really different from the bioinformatics conference, I could say that. I just noticed that I've been walking with my badge. It's almost 12 now. I just came back from dinner and for some reason I decided to wear high heels for dinner, and we walked for around 15 minutes, like not that much, and came back. My shoe was full of blood and it was just a disaster. I don't know why I decided to wear high heels. Today I really regretted not having breakfast because when I woke up it was a bit too late and I had to go to the venue already. And tomorrow I really want to wake up early and have breakfast because today the lunch was really late and I almost fainted, especially when it was too warm. But what I wanted to say is that today when I sat at the conference, I just realized how happy I was to have this opportunity to be here and see everyone and meet everyone in person and just see all these people, because everyone is so happy to be together, to discuss everything, to discuss science or all the projects that they have been through in this past 2 years. And everyone is just so friendly. And that's what I noticed, because the first conference that I went to was in bioinformatics and the second one is in neuroscience. And these 2 topics are completely different. And also people are very, very different. But one thing that they have in common is that everyone is so excited and everyone is so happy and friendly and kind. So that was really nice, and the dinner was amazing, and yeah, the walk was not amazing, even though I was in pain, but I was like, okay, I'm wearing high heels, so it's how it should be, you know. I am supposed to be in pain. I didn't expect it to be so bloody.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That explains why maybe you detect better with one assay than with another.
So I just came home and the conference is over and I'm exhausted. So I have this evening and I have the morning tomorrow to enjoy and do some sightseeing, but the weather is really bad today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time.